blade is back from heat treating, and put it in the freezer about -20 degrees for 2 hours at 220 degrees Celsius for 1 hour. Now part's gonna get finished. This blade gonna get to mirror finish, and the spring also. Okay, now I get the spring ground to fine finish to see the coloration, and heated it up, hope you can see the colors, to about a 350 degrees, I would guess, so it gets springy, and the blade are sharpened like I would normally do on my special belt. Now I'm gonna polish up the blade to mirror finish and the spring to mirror finish, make the axis for the blade. Okay, now I get a mirror finish on the blade and the spring. Well, be careful, it's extremely sharp and it's absolutely mirror finish, as you can see me. Yeah, got a real nice pattern, and the Damascus is coming out slowly, but we're gonna etch it next, and then the pattern is coming out full, and the spring also, and then we're gonna mount it together first time and grind the scales how they need to be. Yeah, so next with the etching. Okay, now I have the parts in hydrochloric acid for about 10 minutes, and now I'm gonna put them out with my magnet. Rip out the first part. Where? And here it is, the first part. Looks pretty awesome. And into the water. The whole stick is dissolving. It's just a steel rod. The magnet, the neodymium magnet. And here's the pattern of the blade. Here's the pattern of the spring, and I painted it here. Hope that it doesn't etch, and it didn't etch. Real nice. So it worked out with painting with a Sharpie, just a waterproof marker. Oh yeah, now I have it. Ooh, and it stinks. And now for the blade. And as you see, finished blade, a very nice pattern, awesome, unique style with these little dimples here and there. The backside also pretty nice. I think you got a nice piece of Damascus here, and we'll see how the finished knife looks with the giraffe bone. Yeah. Now that the parts are all polished up and finished and the etching turns out pretty nice, I'm gonna mount the whole thing together. So now I'll fit in this bolt here. First copper washer. Now okay, now it's in. Now I'll put on the second washer. Just like that. Now push in the very important bolt. This bolt is for holding the blade to stop it in perfect place. Now looks pretty good now. now I'm gonna grind the scales perfectly to the spring and perfectly to the liners, to the titanium liners, and then we got some scratching marks here on the spring again, so we need to etch that again, and then the knife is finished. Here I'm gonna grind down till the screw doesn't sit in that deep, so it gets a bit thinner here, a bit thicker here, a little taper, kind of taper down, but we will see. Finished form I don't know exactly right now, just see what we're gonna make out of this. Yeah, but it looks pretty good till now. And the finishing, the belt sander, grind it all flush, and as you see the titanium here is higher than the blade and the spring, and then grind that down so it's perfectly flush with the blade, so it's one line completely the whole knife, and opened and closed the same here on this side, needs to be perfect flush with the blade. Okay folks, now the preform is finished, and I have to say I failed at a point where I should normally not fail, because I told you already, always secure the blade, and I did it not, and now I have the big problem. I need to regrind the blade, because as you may notice, you will notice here on the blade, I got with 120 grit, just a slightly touch of the belt, and it was too late, and I thought, oh my gosh. But it could happen. Now dismount the whole knife, which I would have done anyway, to grind up the spring again, because the Damascus is gone, ground it all away. Now it's nice and flush, and yeah, my problem now is that I have to grind the blade too, which I would not have to do normally, but now I have to do it. So, and re-etch it again, but the blade I would have re-etched anyway, because here I ground a little bit into it, but that's pretty normal by grinding the step here, and I want to round it out. This sharp corner here stands out just a little bit. It's flush with the handle but not with the spring, so I will regrind that downwards a little bit so it doesn't appear that well. And the knife itself looks pretty awesome. It's good in the hand, it looks good open, and it looks good closed, as you can see here. Perfect line, and here perfect line. Hope you can see that. Yeah, and now I'm gonna polish up the scales completely, also to mirror finish, deburr the titanium scales, because now I got a little burr on here, a sharp corner, which I will take off, and the spring as well, and yeah, polish up the blade again, and then to the finished mounting. Okay, now back with the almost finished knife, mounted together. Works pretty well, and I think it looks pretty awesome. As you can see, the Damascus pattern and the giraffe bone handle scales came out pretty nice. I'll say almost finished because it looks pretty finished, but I didn't remove the scratches from the back side, and I have to etch the spring again. As you can maybe can see, the Damascus pattern is gone here from the grinding. I didn't re-etch that. Thought I finished this video now first, and you can see the finished knife, and then I'm gonna finish it up completely, because these little things don't make a big difference at all. So, with a lot of work, not a lot of pain, just a bit, and a lot of sweat and work and much polishing. I polished up the handle scales to 2000 grit. That's pretty good for giraffe bone because it's very soft material. Soft, yeah, it's very good for handle scales, but pretty soft to work with. Yeah. So all I have to do now is finish up the knife completely, get it ready for sale, and then that's it. The next one. If you like my video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this, and thanks for watching.